Good evening, I'm Adrienne Arsenault.
And I'm Andrew Chang. Tonight, 6 fishermen missing on the water, a community clinging to hope.
It's a hard hit. I mean, we are a community, the fishermen.
The latest on a desperate search in Nova Scotia.
To hear the announcement, to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
More vaccines are on the way. The territories get set for theirs.
So mRNA vaccines, the possibilities are really extensive.
Could a COVID vaccine soon bring us a viable cancer vaccine?
And across Canada, pandemic-inspired acts of kindness.
It's going that extra step to let people know, like, by the way, I care about you.
Some light near the end of a dark year. This is The National. Every fisherman on the Bay of Fundy knows just how risky their life's work can be. Well, tonight, the worst has happened. Early Tuesday morning came an emergency beacon from a scallop fishing boat. 6 fishermen were aboard. 1 body has been recovered, and the search continues for the others. They disappeared somewhere off the coast of DeLapp's Cove, near Digby, Nova Scotia. Kayla Hounsell is there with a look at how a terrible day unfolded.
The first sign of trouble came just before 6 a.m. local time. The chief, William Solis, was in distress in the Bay of Fundy. Life rafts have washed ashore with no one inside. The 6 people on board are believed to have been at sea for a number of days, fishing for scallops.
I know the captain well. As far as his crew members, I'm not sure who his crew members are.
The captain, Charles Roberts, known amongst the fishing fleet as Hot Dog.
Hot Dog was just doing what he did. And probably when he sailed, he never dreamed that this would be happening here towards the end of his trip.
The Maritime Joint Rescue Coordination Center is leading the search in challenging conditions. Towering waves, strong winds, and cloud cover. Ground crews, 3 Coast Guard vessels, and multiple aircraft, including one with infrared capabilities, have all been deployed.
We're going to continue the search throughout the rest of the day into the evening, as long as it takes. To make sure that we make all possible attempts to find these individuals.
But with each passing hour, hope fades. At this church, a comfort center.
It's almost Christmas. These men have been on the water, they're cold, and something has happened catastrophic. And my heart just goes out to their family and their friends and their loved ones in this day.
Other fishing vessels in the area are also assisting with the search.
Oh, it's a hard hit. I mean, we are a community, the fishermen, and it's sad to see this. But on the same note, we take a chance every trip, regardless of the conditions.
For communities here, fishing is their lifeblood, their greatest strength, and at times like these, also their weakness.
You always think that you're going to get home, but it's one of them things where it's out of your hands once you're committed to it.
So, Kayla, the potential for more loss, I mean, it has to be so hard considering the year it's been for Nova Scotians. How are people coping?
That's exactly right, Adrienne. There was the mass shooting in April. 22 people were killed. 6 people based here in Nova Scotia were lost in a military helicopter crash, and another Nova Scotian died in a snowbirds crash, all in the midst of the pandemic. So it's been a tremendous amount of grief in a very short period of time. But as you heard, people here say they are a community and they do come together during difficult times.
All right, Kayla, thanks very much. And another search is underway off the coast of California tonight for a member of the Canadian Armed Forces. Master Sailor Dwayne Earle of HMCS Winnipeg is believed to have accidentally gone overboard early Monday. The Canadian government says it is dedicating every resource to the search.
Let's turn now to the battle against COVID-19. The day after the first Canadians got vaccinated, more good news. Another vaccine maker could deliver its first shipment way ahead of schedule. David Cochran has the details.
More needles in more arms in more places, like this Ottawa hospital that got a visit from the Prime Minister.
Yeah, it is emotional. It's the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
All the doses so far come from the first Pfizer shipments, but now an agreement to get more early doses from another company.
Canada is now contracted to receive up to 168,000 doses of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine before the end of December, pending Health Canada approval.
That could be as soon as next week. Shipments would start within 48 hours of approval.
So doses of this vaccine will be directed to the north, as well as to remote and Indigenous communities.
That's a key benefit. The Moderna vaccine is easier to ship and store than Pfizer's, making it suitable for the territories.
To know that that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, the way I look at it, it's almost like when you're about to get to the surface, when you're diving and you're almost out of breath, but you can see the surface. You dig deep, and somewhere inside you have the ability to hold that breath for just a little while longer.
As Moderna rolls out, Pfizer ramps up. More doses coming, more places to get shots.
Next week, we will receive about 200,000 of our total early doses from Pfizer. As well, we will have 70 sites ready to administer these doses, up from 14 sites this week.
If Pfizer and Moderna deliver, it should be enough early doses to vaccinate about 200,000 people. The target is 3 million by the end of March, everyone by the end of next year. A massive task that, at its peak, will require hundreds of thousands of vaccinations every single day. David Cochran, CBC News, Ottawa.
Now, until then, provinces will distribute doses they do have, with healthcare workers in Western Canada getting their first shots today. So this is Nisha. She works in residential care and was the first in BC to get inoculated, along with getting a congratulatory elbow bump from Dr. Bonnie Henry. Saskatchewan's first health worker has also joined the ranks of the vaccinated, and nothing to it for this nurse in Calgary. A quick injection, then back to work.
Now, receiving doses and then getting them into Canadian arms are two different things. Health experts say a critical mass of vaccinations are needed to truly beat the pandemic, and they are launching a national campaign to win over those expressing reluctance. Aaron Collins explains.
The COVID-19 vaccine has landed in Alberta, the premier on hand to see the cargo unloaded. Jason Kenney says he'll get the shot as soon as he can, but he is in the minority. Just 48% of Canadians say they would get the vaccine right away. It's a number a coalition of doctors and researchers hope to change. Titled "COVID is a Bear," this video will be released online Friday, part of a campaign to convince Canadians to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
The vaccine is safe, it's effective, you should get it when your turn is called. It'll protect you from COVID, it'll protect your loved ones from COVID, and that means, at some point we'll be able to, get back to seeing our loved ones next Christmas.
Organizers admit the project is partially funded by vaccine makers, but say their message remains critical if more people are to be kept healthy and out of hospital. At least 2/3 of Canadians need to be vaccinated to protect everyone. It's why this Toronto doctor and researcher joined the online campaign.
We basically need every Canadian to step up and do their part to end the pandemic. And it's not a difficult task, actually.
The vaccine debate thrives online, so experts say addressing concerns there makes sense.
People do have concerns, and that it's legitimate to have concerns, but at the end of the day, if we don't vaccinate, lots of people will die.
But what happens in the real world matters too. Since the vaccine rolled out in the UK, the number of Canadians who say they'll get it right away has jumped 20%.
It was a time when Canadians were listening to and hearing from those chipper, elderly British people saying, yes, I've had my jab and it went okay.
Time is on the side of those trying to convince people vaccines are safe. Most Canadians will wait months before they're even offered a jab. Aaron Collins, CBC News, Calgary.
Now, behind each serious case of COVID-19 are stories of waiting and worrying, of fear and sometimes sorrow. But as Carolyn Dunn shows us, the story of Canada's youngest COVID-19 patient has something else: relief.
Oh, wait. Let's calm her down here. Nora Forrest was just 5 days old when she spiked a fever and was rushed to the Alberta Children's Hospital. Her oxygen level dropped and things went from bad to worse.
It's okay, Nora. Shh. And she stopped breathing in the meantime. When she stopped breathing, they had to put a breathing tube, and kind of put her in the machine.
By the time Nora got sick, the whole Forrest family was ill, despite following public health protocols.
She's periodically forgetting to breathe, is the way they put it. And so they needed to put her on ventilation, so they intubated her in ICU. And that was definitely a pretty traumatic experience for both of us.
While COVID is high risk for the very old, the immune systems of the very young leave them vulnerable.
Certainly, the first year of life is a particular risk period for children. If they're going to get severe COVID, that's an age at which they can get it.
Watching like such a little baby in a bed, big, hospital bed, and everything put in, like lots of tubes in her, and it was quite heartbreaking.
Today, the entire family, including baby Nora, have recovered from COVID, but they're encouraging everyone with symptoms to get tested.
It's easy to get complacent, and but what I learned in this experience is the measures are there for a reason.
Our baby girl might not have made it, and then it's just the idea of it is unbelievable how serious it could get.
What are you doing? Are you feeding the baby?
Carolyn Dunn, CBC News, Calgary.
Baby's crying.
It wasn't long ago that Quebec made headlines for its plan to relax restrictions for the holidays. Now the province is moving in the opposite direction.
We've decided to announce a holiday pause until January the 11th.
So non-essential businesses will be shut down starting Christmas Day. Schools will also stay closed until the pause is lifted. New cases today in Quebec, 1,741, stubbornly high for a province that leads the country in hospitalizations, with Ontario just behind.
Well, the numbers are very concerning because we see that many of our hospitals are encountering some surges and some capacity concerns.
And so today, Ontario reported 2,275 cases, by far a record, though officials say some of that number is due to a shift in how some regions report their cases. But hospitalizations continue to rise, and according to a memo obtained by CBC News, Ontario hospitals are being asked to prepare to activate their emergency plans. That means making up to 15% of a facility's beds ready to receive COVID patients.
Now, the hospital crunch isn't being felt across the province equally. Lauren Pelly focuses on one part of Toronto that is a hotspot within a hotspot.
This is one of the parts of Toronto hardest hit by COVID-19.
Every day I'm seeing someone else with a really severe illness from COVID.
Dr. Martin Betts heads the critical care team at the Scarborough Health Network.
At least on 3 occasions during the pandemic, we've cared for multiple family members simultaneously in our intensive care unit.
A CBC News analysis shows nearly half the total number of patients in Scarborough's intensive care units are now battling the illness. That's a stark contrast from the rest of Toronto's hospitals, where fewer than 1 in 5 ICU patients have the disease. Physicians say it isn't so much that patients here are less healthy, but that many are essential workers living in multi-generational homes. Scarborough resident Nathan Shan points to his own neighborhood, where most people don't have the luxury of working remotely.
They want to protect themselves, they want to protect their children, and they want to protect their elders in their families. But after a few months have passed, it has given them no choice but to go back to working in conditions that are not safe.
Toronto officials are taking note after months of data showed a clear trend.
Frontline workers in often low-paid, precarious jobs and disproportionately racialized Torontonians are being hardest hit.
A new COVID-19 equity plan from the city's Board of Health highlights the need for isolation sites, reduced crowds on transit, and increased access to testing. Others want longer-term supports and better sick leave.
We are tired of getting the scrap that come from every level of government.
All of it makes Scarborough a case study for other communities.
And we know we're not out of the woods yet.
For Betts, who has watched family after family torn apart, the end can't come soon enough. Lauren Pelly, CBC News, Toronto.
It looks like millions of Canadians working from home during the pandemic could be in for a tax break. The Canada Revenue Agency has a new and simplified deduction. Anyone who's worked from home for at least 4 weeks due to the pandemic can claim $2 a day, up to $400. If you have a larger claim, the existing, more detailed method remains in play.
Canadian fashion tycoon Peter Nygard is in custody tonight. He's facing extradition to the U.S. on multiple charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering. Caroline Bargout was in a Winnipeg court for the start of his judicial journey.
Peter Nygard appeared in court this afternoon, shackled and disheveled. He didn't say anything. American authorities asked the RCMP to arrest Nygard, which they did Monday night. The Mounties say Nygard is a danger to the community and a serious flight risk. In a sworn affidavit, the Mounties say they'd been watching a $1 million home in a Winnipeg neighborhood for 5 days and arrested the 79-year-old fashion designer after seeing him peek out of a window. The news comes as a relief to his son Kai.
Just absolutely thrilled to find out that he's going to have to face a trial and go through the judicial process and not be able to just take off and with a pot of money offshore somewhere.
Nygard hosted so-called pamper parties at some of his homes, as well as poker games and dinners. In court documents filed in Winnipeg on behalf of the U.S., the FBI says those were ways he would get to his victims. The FBI calls Nygard a predator, and they allege he sexually assaulted dozens, if not hundreds, of women and girls over a 25-year period, and used company resources and staff to help him. Greg Gutzler's New York law firm filed a class action lawsuit against Nygard in February. It was put on hold in August so that the FBI could complete its investigation. The lawsuit also alleged co-conspirators and enablers helped Nygard commit his crimes.
There was a system in place, and there were dozens or hundreds of people involved in this thing.
Peter Nygard has been remanded into custody in Winnipeg and is expected to apply for bail before his next court hearing in January. He has said through his lawyer the allegations against him are all lies. Caroline Bargout, CBC News, Winnipeg.
And the founder of Montreal's Just for Laughs festival, Gilbert Rozon, has been acquitted of rape and indecent assault. The woman who accused him spoke to reporters today.
Ce mardi 15 décembre va rester un jour sombre pour toutes les victimes d'agressions sexuelles au Québec. Je pense que je suis un autre exemple des limites du système de justice en matière de violence sexuelle.
She says her allegation dates to an incident 40 years ago. Rozon left the Montreal court today without commenting.
Well, a new Canadian report slams Iran for its handling of the investigation into Ukraine International Airlines Flight 752. More than 100 people with ties to Canada were killed when the plane was shot down in January. As Ashley Burke tells us, Iran's lack of transparency is just one of many criticisms.
The demand for answers came shortly after the plane was shot out of the sky. Nearly a year later, the search is far from over.
We need to know the truth. What happened and why?
Last Christmas, Hamid Ismailian's wife and daughter traveled to Iran for the holidays. They were supposed to come home in 2 weeks.
Nobody on earth could have imagined that the government could sink so low to shoot the children over the skies of Tehran.
Iran originally denied any wrongdoing, but after mounting evidence and international pressure, admitted Iran's Revolutionary Guard shot down the plane. In today's report, Special Advisor Ralph Goodale says so far this case shows there are indications of incompetence, recklessness, and wanton disregard for innocent human life.
They have not conducted this investigation in a way that is complete or impartial or independent.
The report also flags major problems that existing international standards and procedures assign lead investigative responsibilities to the country in which a disaster occurs.
The government responsible for that military activity is, in effect, investigating itself with no requirement to be full and complete and candid in providing the answers.
Do you believe it was human error, as Iran claims?
No, I don't.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs told the CBC's Vashi Kapelos he rejects Iran's claim missile operators misidentified the plane as a threat.
I will question everything they say because I take nothing at face value.
So you
I
don't
have
trust
questioned. No, because there's too many examples that we've seen where, they've not been forthcoming.
Families say the report is a good starting point.
We just see a light at the end of this tunnel, that we can find the truth one day.
Hamida Ismailian says truth is the only lifeline families have. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Ottawa.
There are new restrictions across Europe tonight.
Our health system is not going to manage.
Next, confusion and concern as countries rush to lock down before the holidays.
Why the race for a COVID vaccine may help unlock much-needed treatments for other diseases.
There are no measurable cancer cells left in my body.
And the light of Canadian kindness at the end of a very dark year.
It makes my heart feel full of love.
Take that, 2020. We're back in 2. Okay, so those are images you do not want to see during a pandemic. Brazilians packing a popular shopping street in Sao Paulo in a holiday shopping frenzy. The country is one of the hardest hit in the world, with the second worst death toll and nearly 7 million cases. And across Europe, Christmas shopping is a little bit trickier now. Several countries are cracking down on the spread of COVID with some fresh restrictions. But as Farah Morali tells us, some are more like contradictions.
The bells are ringing at Berlin's famous Christmas markets, with plenty of sweet treats and bratwurst sausage. But the mood this year, a little less merry.
You can't compare it. Last year, there were a lot more of people in the street.
Well, it's kind of like rather empty.
Ziemlich hart, das ist ein sehr trauriges Bild.
This vendor says it's sad to see, but they're making the most on their final day. Tomorrow, Germany goes into lockdown as coronavirus infections continue to climb. A similar lockdown started today in the Netherlands, with all non-essential businesses closing for 5 weeks. A large part of southern England, including London, moves into the highest level of restrictions tomorrow. And while retail shops won't be closing, pubs and restaurants will, except for takeout.
You see space between each group. We all have our masks on, guys.
Also closing, theaters. Today, fans lined up to take in one of the final pantomime shows, a Christmas tradition.
We got lucky today because we got the last show, so...
We booked it about 3 months ago.
First and last outing, actually. We haven't been out since spring.
My wife's 80 and I'm 88. And I'm still coming to a pantomime.
And while restrictions are tightening because of rising infections, the UK is relaxing the rules for the 5 days around Christmas, allowing 3 households to form a bubble, a move some call confusing and potentially dangerous.
What would be really, really heartbreaking, knowing the vaccines now being rolled out, is if you inadvertently pass the virus on to an older relation.
Our health system is not going to manage if we allow the current trend to continue out on top of the super spread event that will be these 5 days of Christmas.
The British Medical Journal also warned that household mixing at Christmas could cost many lives. It wants the government to reconsider. So far, though, it hasn't announced plans to change course. Farah Morali, CBC News, London.
The Toronto Raptors will allow a limited number of fans to attend its games in Florida.
Big matchup coming up against a really good team.
The team plans to sell 3,800 seats for the regular season, 3,200 for Friday's preseason game against Miami. Seating will be physically distanced, and fans over the age of 2 have to wear a mask.
Well, the COVID vaccine is bringing new hope for treating other diseases.
There are no measurable cancer cells left in my body.
Could a COVID vaccine really be a step towards a cancer vaccine? And later.
It's a moment of celebration and hope.
Reflections from one of the first Canadians to get the shot and his grateful family.
In a way, it's already a modern medical miracle, the speed at which the world has developed incredibly promising vaccines against COVID. But it got us thinking, with everything the scientific community has learned and using the new technology in Pfizer and Moderna's coronavirus vaccines, could we also produce vaccines for other diseases that have plagued us for centuries?
Hey guys.
When you've gone through what Brad Kramer has gone through, every small moment means everything.
We haven't had s'mores in a couple weeks.
Never in the light.
Never in the light.
But Brad's life turned upside down after he noticed an unusual spot on his left leg.
There was two spots. There was one spot there and one spot there. So one was like the size of a quarter and the other.
And they were growing fast.
For weeks, he didn't think much of it. But when he got it checked out, he got the worst kind of news.
Oh, I was devastated. I don't think I really knew enough about melanoma to really understand how serious it was.
And Brad's skin cancer was spreading. Immunotherapy did work for a while until it suddenly didn't.
My cancer was so aggressive that they told me if my body did not respond to the medicine, that I would have had 6 to 9 months to live.
I was watching you every day get weaker. And it was scary.
Yeah.
But look at him. He doesn't seem sick, does he? Doesn't feel it either. Today, Brad is a living, breathing beacon of hope. He's currently part of a phase 1 clinical trial for a cancer vaccine, and the technology behind it is strikingly similar to something we've heard a lot about.
After months of research and clinical trials, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine delivery underway.
Biotech company Moderna, as well as Pfizer and BioNTech, have been working on what's called an mRNA delivery approach to a vaccine.
It's at the University of Pennsylvania. Work on messenger RNA laid the foundation for the most promising COVID vaccines we're seeing roll out around the world today. Drew Weissman is part of a team of biochemist pioneers who led that work. He's even got patents on it.
The main thing is that RNA is really a plug-and-play technology. So you can make any vaccine you want or any therapeutic protein you want with the exact same procedure.
Here's how an mRNA vaccine works. It gives the body a set of genetic instructions to make specific proteins. In the case of a COVID vaccine, it's teaching the body to make spike proteins, identical to the ones the coronavirus uses to break into our cells. On their own, they're harmless, but the body learns to identify them, so when the coronavirus comes knocking, it knows how to attack.
We're also working on cancer vaccines. They, of course, are trickier because cancer cells are our own. So it's very tricky to make a good cancer vaccine.
But they're trying, and in Brad's case, he was willing to give it a shot. The cancer had spread to his back. His bones were literally breaking. So he showed up to hospital once a week for an infusion of this experimental vaccine.
The reaction was always, the same thing. My temperature would go up and I would literally start shaking. And I would tell you within 5 to 10 minutes, I was back to complete normal. And the temperature would come down.
And so you were mentioning those spots, the quarter and nickel-sized spots on your leg. What do those spots look like today?
They're gone. They don't exist.
Now, Brad is taking other cancer medication with the mRNA vaccine, so the science isn't certain which part of his treatment is doing most of the work or how long the results will last, but the speed of his recovery, astonishing. And stop for a moment to consider what else might be possible.
I think the development of that infrastructure will open up a vast array of possibilities.
Matthew Miller is a biochemist at McMaster University. He says think beyond conventional vaccines, the way they're made, also what they could treat.
Infectious diseases like HIV or potentially a universal flu vaccine that could protect us against all flus. Things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, for example, are other examples where mRNA vaccines may have utility.
It sounds like you're saying mRNA is kind of like the skeleton key that could potentially unlock every disease. I mean, is that right?
Yeah, and I think it's certainly true that mRNA vaccines are likely to revolutionize our ability to vaccinate against a lot of different diseases.
To 2021.
Cheers. The mRNA revolution, a new beginning for Brad.
I am in remission, and that there are no measurable cancer cells left in my body.
That sounds unbelievable.
I can't tell you how great it felt to hear that news.
To be clear, he still isn't home free, but he's home. And for now, that's more than good enough.
So this is amazing to think about, to imagine, but timeline-wise, how realistic is this?
Yeah, so the plain truth is this. It would be hard to replicate the kind of global interest and investment that we've seen with the COVID vaccine and apply it, right, to every single other disease out there. But mRNA as a platform has a huge natural advantage in the sense that you don't have to manufacture complex viruses or proteins in a lab. You're essentially just slipping the body some code and telling it to produce whatever it needs to produce, proteins most often, to protect itself. It can be a challenge sometimes to identify exactly what the body ought to produce to generate that kind of immune response, but researchers say, give it a few years.
What if that was the answer? Amazing. Next, a little more hope in these difficult times.
Look at all the love that's being dropped off at the hospital.
The stories of Canadian kindness, communities coming together in the face of a pandemic. Welcome back. No surprise, this year's holiday season will be different. People are exhausted, they miss family and friends, and typical winter traditions are now being disrupted. So we decided to look for those spreading joy in dark times through the help of our colleagues and some of you on social media. Ioana Remiliotis shows us what they're doing.
The road has been dark and it's been long. And while it's not over, not yet, there is this, the magic of light and the hope that lies in it.
I got a lovely email saying she was a neighbor and loved the tree and she felt like she was living in a Hallmark greeting card. So that was very nice.
Nora Campbell wanted to create a sense of joy at a time when it feels more precious than ever.
Well, because people are isolated and they're fearful for themselves and for their relatives. And so it's very important to have occasions where we can communicate somehow.
With the help of neighbors like Darren Everett, a community Christmas tree was planted in their local Toronto parquet, followed by an open invitation to decorate it together.
You know, it's wonderful. When the note went out to the neighbors, everybody chipped in towards the Christmas tree. Just a great, overwhelming kind of response from everybody and just a good feeling. And you know what, this morning when I came out, there was a little girl, she was probably 1 year old with her mom, and she was trying to reach for an ornament. It was just beautiful. It's a lot of fun.
Finding the beauty in the moment. It is the challenge in what has been a prolonged siege, a relentless test of faith. Across the country, there's a collective attempt to keep holding on to it.
I think now, after this many months, it's important to push even harder, and especially going into the holiday season.
Michael Cunliffe was inspired by the idea of an advent calendar. With donated pallets and a can of paint, he built a gratitude tree for himself and his community in Oak Bay, British Columbia.
I can't give out chocolates to everybody, but how can I turn that Advent, that 25 days leading up to Christmas, into something positive to the neighborhood? And so that's where I brought this Advent tree in and thought if I could put some positive messages out there daily for the next 25 days in hopes that it would bring a smile to someone's face for at least those 25 days, even one person a day, then that is my little part that I can do to help spread some joy.
For those who can't get to the light, the city of Surrey is bringing it to them. This mobile light display is making stops at long-term care facilities. Residents can't go home for Christmas this year. If only it could stay a while longer, says Lillian Warlemont.
I wish it would stay till Christmas. I told them if you run out of places to bring it in Surrey, come back before Christmas. Even New Year's would do.
Small, powerful acts of kindness. In the shadows of the pandemic, they not only stand out, they tower.
It makes my heart feel full of love. Just thinking about making a kid happy makes me feel happy.
The idea of a love box started 4 years ago after Sophia Megan overcame a battle with leukemia. It grew into this, an army of volunteers who assemble hundreds of boxes for children in hospital every year.
Yeah, this one here, right?
They're filled with toys, books, socks, anything to help brighten their stay. For Sophia's mom, Nicole Georgiev, this time it means even more.
It makes it even that much more important because we know families are in the hospital with just one caregiver. The toy places are closed. Nobody can bring anything in, so we know how important that these boxes, not just a box of toys, I always say. It may look like that, but it's a box of hope. It's love. It's showing that, hey, somebody cares about me.
Someone who cares and who delivers on that promise.
Ready? Slowly, slowly.
A few days later, a truckload of boxes arrive at a hospital in East End, Toronto.
You're gonna fill it up.
Susie Trakos has been a volunteer from the start.
Oh, it's so magical. Like I can't control my emotions today. It's so magical. Look at all the love that's being dropped off at the hospital. So good.
To give with no expectations in a time of unprecedented need.
Jesse wanted to know if we can deliver to them. They're just down the street.
In Milton, Ontario, restaurant owner Melanie Bastian and her crew are preparing hundreds of meals to feed the hungry and, she says, to nourish souls.
I just want people to know that there's somebody in Milton that loves them. Somebody in Milton that cares if their belly's full and their family's taken care of. So when they come, it's not just about feeding them, right? It's going that extra step to let people know, like, by the way, I care about you. So you can bag that.
Melanie had the idea years ago, and with the help of community groups, a promise was made that no one in Milton goes hungry on a Sunday. People can pick up as many meals as they want and a bag of fresh groceries. Volunteers deliver to those who can't get here. These days, more people can use the help and the reminder that this too shall pass.
We want to also make sure that people know that, like, there's another side, right? The other side is coming. We just have to keep trugging along, and as long as we do it together, we're going to get through it.
It doesn't show signs of stopping.
To get through it, with a few laughs too, Dr. Ben Chan made this video for his online holiday staff party.
Oh, the faculty, I miss you so.
He wanted to lighten the mood and to give himself a boost too, as he keeps looking for the light.
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel with the vaccine, but at the same time, there's still going to be, weeks or months before we have some semblance of normal. And so there's still a lot that we have to go through. If we can just hang on for a bit longer.
And in this final stretch, this Winnipeg school gets the last word. With a song he wrote and recorded, Jared Lahotsky helped his students create an animation project.
So what's the best version of me?
It's all about being the best you can be and seeing the best, even now.
The bigger message behind the activity in itself is, it's okay to have challenges and ups and downs, and it's okay to go through those hard times. I think it's important to be open and honest about that. But it's, especially during times like now where anxiety and stress is really high in our society, just reminding ourselves to keep doing the best that we can and stay positive as best as we can.
I like the writing and drawing a picture and working with my friends. It made me feel really good, like it's something to do together.
It made me feel good, happy.
Just because you're down doesn't mean you can't go up.
What goes down will come up. That could be said of these dark days too. Back at the neighborhood tree, night has fallen, but the lights will shine all night. Joanna Rimiliotis, CBC News, Toronto.
I needed those stories. Okay, next, he is one of the first Canadians to get the vaccine.
Hallelujah.
what this moment meant for him and his family right after the break.
I'm Jamie Poisson, and tomorrow on CBC's daily news podcast Front Burner, the story of Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard, who's been arrested and faces extradition to the U.S. on multiple charges, including sexual assault and racketeering. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, Canadians have been itching for the first vaccines to arrive. Now that they're here, we wanted to hear from those getting a dose. So an opportunity today at the Maimonides Geriatric Center outside Montreal. Rabbi Ronnie Kahana, who's living with damage from a stroke, and the rabbi's daughter shared what the vaccine means to them.
Hallelujah. I'm so profoundly privileged. But it's a great message for the world. Now, what do you think of your elderly? We're bringing redemption to all the planet. You're welcome.
We were all so excited. We went on Zoom with him and we were singing and just so like all the kids were on. And it's a moment of celebration and hope that some normalcy can be restored in our lives. When I first asked my father about whether he wanted to get the vaccine or not, he had no hesitation. To vaccinate is an act of love. It's an act of kindness.
This is a singularly profound moment to stop competing and living as strangers with each other and to open up a compassionate avenue of sharing. All of us are going to heal the world, and that's what we were created for.
The moment is next, but first, a moment to mark the enduring legacy of a CBC journalist whose career was honored today. Working in both Toronto and Montreal, Ernest Tucker covered just about everything that mattered. Crucially, the civil rights movement of the 60s.
The Underground Railroad, once the freedom route to Canada for runaway slaves, now a gathering place for black draft dodgers in Toronto.
He was there for Quebec's FLQ crisis, even reported on John Lennon and Yoko Ono's Bed-In for Peace. A trailblazer in the industry at a time of open bigotry, he became CBC's first black reporter in 1961 and was a mentor for young journalists for 3 decades. Today, Ernest Tucker was inducted into the CBC News Hall of Fame.
Personal trainer Alison Brown just found out she can add a new title to her name, world record holder. And it's for something most people would both admire, maybe cringe at, doing burpees. Lots of them. Of course, it is a grueling exercise combining push-ups, jumping, going down, getting back up again, and tonight it is the core of our moment.
My oldest son, Andrew, brought home the Guinness Book of World Records. Andrew said to me, "Mom, can I do something like this?" And I said, "You can do anything that you work for." I told him he can do it, but why don't I show him? I love burpees. I know that's weird. I was curious what the most burpees were in an hour. The original record holder set the bar very high. I knew I could beat 709. So when I saw the number, I was ready to just give it all I had. So it's pretty cool to know that I did it. It was okay until I got to 600. And then I hit a wall. I hit a pretty big wall at about 600. I officially broke the record at 58 minutes. So I had 2 minutes to get from 709, which was the original record, to 730. I was able to just push for those last 2 minutes to crush it. I just wanted to show my boys that they can do anything.
So doing the math, she's doing like a burpee every 5 seconds for an hour, which is absolutely incredible.
I'd throw up.
And she said it was excruciating. Like the next day, even her toes hurt.
Of course. She likes the metaphor of burpees is too. Her fitness business closed down during the pandemic, so the idea of you get down and then you get back up really appeals to her. A big shout out to her son, who is thinking about breaking a record for the amount of marshmallows you can put in your mouth.
That's a good one.
Huge respect.
Why not?
That is the National for December 15th. Good night.
Good night.